Hello students, welcome to Happy Faces. My name is Shrikant and I am going to teach you communication skills. In this video, we will learn about what is communication, process of communication, what is effective communication and what is communication barriers. So let's start. Let's start from the introduction of communication. What is communication? Communication is the exchange of information from one person to another. Or we can say communication is the process of give and receive information from the others. All living beings communicate with the different manner. For example, cobras inflate their hood to scare their enemies. This is the type of communication by this creature. Okay, or the peacock inflict their tail. Okay, this peacock inflict their tail for attracting their females. Okay, so this is also the type of communication. This creature also trying to convey some message to the others. This is the communication. And whereas human beings are communicate the message with the help of language. Human being develop the various language and we can convey our message with the help of language. Okay, then one question is arise that why communication is the skill to learn. The answer is very simple. To succeed in relationship with the others, communication play the vital role. For example, doctor can succeed in his profession if he is able to deal with his patient gently, and whereas the army instructor, this army instructor is deal with his fellow being in very strict manner, whereas the teacher is maintain the balance between being strict and gentle. So every professions need the unique skill of communication. Hence we can say that the communication is the skill and we all need to learn it. So the next important topic in communication is the process of communication. So let's understand what is the process of communication. See, the process of communication involve 6 elements. First one is sender, second one is receiver, third one is message, fourth one is feedback, fifth one is encoding and decoding, and sixth one is medium of communication. Okay, so let's understand how the process of communication works. First of all, sender send the message to the receiver. Sender is the primary source of information. Sender encode the message and send to the receiver. Okay, so first one is the sender and sender send the message to the receiver. Message is the actual content of communication. Message is the actual content of communication, whereas receiver gives the feedback to the sender. If receiver gives the response to the communication, that response is called as feedback. So then one question is arise that what is encoding and decoding. The concept of encoding and decoding is very easy. Encoding is converting the thoughts into message. Okay, for example, let's take the example. If one person want to greet someone else, okay, one person want to greet another, that is good morning. Okay, if he want to say this person good morning. Okay, so good morning, he want to say good morning means that is his thought and he convert that thought into words. Okay, so this good morning is the message, means this person is convert his thought into message, and this message received by the second person, that is receiver. Receiver receive this message and decode it. Okay, so decoding of message is depend on the previous knowledge of the receiver. If receiver can't understand the English language, or maybe he don't know the meaning of good morning, then he can't give the proper feedback to the sender. Okay, if he can't, he is able to understand the English, then he can decode the message and send the feedback, that is send the feedback is very good morning. So this good morning is the message, and the very good morning from the receiver's end is called as feedback. Encoding and decoding, we will just discuss that. Encoding means the converting of thought into message, whereas decoding means the converting of message into thought. So this is the brief process of communication. One factor of communication, one important factor of communication is that the medium of communication. Okay, every communication needs the medium. That medium we will discuss in our next slide. So let's discuss about the communication channels. The medium of communication is called as communication channel. Every communication need the channel or the medium of communication. There are three possible mediums of communication. They are oral communication, written communication, and technology based communication. In oral communication, sender and receiver can communicate face to face. There are some advantages and disadvantages of oral communication also. Let's take an example. In oral communication, the feedback is very quick. You can quickly get the feedback from the receiver end. But the drawback of oral communication is that there is no legal value of oral communication. You can prove your oral communication, or what we say or what we hear, you can't prove in the court of law. There is no any legal value to the oral communication. Second one is written communication. In written communication, sender write the message and send the written message to the receiver, maybe in the form of letter or maybe in the form of email. The disadvantage of written communication is that you can't get the immediate feedback. Okay, you can't get the immediate feedback, but the advantage is that you can the written communication having the legal value. And the third one is the technology based communication. In 2020, the technology based communication is the most famous way of communication. In this video also, we communicate with the help of mobile phone and YouTube. I shoot this video with the help of camera and upload it on the YouTube. So this is the medium of communication. It's called as technology based communication. Telephone, mobile phone or internet, they are the technology based communication. So the next topic is that effective communication. So what is effective communication? Let's take the example again. Sender send the message to the receiver. If sender send the good morning to the receiver, receiver decode the message and send very good morning to the sender. That means we can say the message sent by the sender is understood by the receiver, and receiver give the proper feedback to the sender. This is called as the effective communication or complete communication. So effective communication can be defined as the ability of the convey information to the other effectively and efficiently. Okay, these two words in the definition of effective communication is important. Effectively and efficiently. If we convey the message, then this is called as the effective communication. There are some characteristics of effective communication. First one is the mutually acceptable communication code. Let's take the same example again. If the sender sends the message good morning to the receiver, but receiver not understand what is the meaning of good morning, or receiver is not familiar with the English language, then he can't give the proper feedback to the sender. Okay, so the communication code is the mutually acceptable or mutually accepted by the both of the sender and receiver. If he send the message but sender can't understand, so this is not called the effective communication, this is the ineffective communication. Okay, the second one is well encoded message. Sometimes sender send the wrong message or incorrect message or encode the incorrect message. If sender encode the incorrect message, then receiver can't decode it properly and he can not give the proper feedback. Okay, let's take the example. If he want to say the good morning, but he say something XYZ. Okay, if he sent XYZ, he want to say the good morning, but he say XYZ, then the decoder, the receiver, he don't understand what is the meaning of XYZ. Okay, so this is the communication gap or ineffective communication. So message must be the well coded and mutually understand by the both of the sender and receiver. Third one is the careful decoding of message. Sometimes sender send the proper message but receiver can't decode it. Okay, if maybe the because of language problem or maybe some other problem also, if decoder if or receiver cannot decode the message properly, then this also called as the ineffective communication because decoder or receiver can't give the proper feedback. Remember, if receiver give the proper feedback, then only we can say that the communication is effective. Okay, then the last one is look, that is the next point. Receiver's response is the most important in communication process. If receiver not give the proper response, then we can say it the ineffective communication. There are some characteristics of effective communications. They are: your message should be clear, correct, complete, precise, reliable, and consideration of the recipient. These are the characteristics of effective communication. So this is the introduction of effective communication. This is the last topic of today's lecture, that is communication barrier. So what is communication barrier? Communication barrier is the anything that prevent us from the receiving and understanding the message. This called as the communication barrier. Let's take in this example, sender want to send the message to the receiver, receiver also want to receive the message, but because of noise, the receiver can't hear the message properly, and if he can't hear, then he can't respond. And I already told you that if receiver can't give the proper response, then this called as the improper communication or ineffective communication. So this noise is the barrier in communication. So this is the example of communication barrier. Some other examples of communication barrier, they are environment of communication. If you want to communicate in the environment that is so hot or maybe so cold, in that case we can't communicate properly. Second one is the situational barrier. In situational barrier, there is the noise of surrounding or maybe the slow internet connection, or maybe the some physical distance between the sender and receiver. These are called as the situational barrier. Third one is the barrier due to effective listening. If a receiver can't receive the message properly, or can't listen the message properly, can't hear the message properly, this is the barrier of effective listening barrier. So in this video we learn about what is communication, what is the process of communication, what is the effective communication, and what is the communication barrier. This video is useful for the student of class 9th and class 10th also. If you have any question, then comment below. I will reply your question in the comment box. Thank you for watching video. Stay tuned. Subscribe our channel. We will meet in the next video. Until then, goodbye and God bless you all. Thank you.